6 children here in Fairfax County, and I'm the mom who exposed the pornographic books in our school libraries here in Virginia in 2021, which helped get you and Governor Youngkin elected. Now, we had the same problem in September of 2021 that we have right now in October of 2025, which is there was a girl who was assaulted at Stonebridge High School in the bathroom by a boy. And now, last month, we have girls who are being watched while they change at a high school in West Springfield. Yesterday, Governor Youngkin issued a directive to the health department, which is to create regulations regarding boys and men in women's private spaces. But I think the vast reaction I've seen to people is that they're saying this is 4 years too late and too little, and why would the school districts obey these regulations when they're already disregarding and thumbing their noses at the model policies? So if you are fortunate enough to be elected again, what are you going to do to finally end this problem of boys and men in our girls' private spaces on public facilities?
So unfortunately, my hands are sort of limited as governor, and so that's sort of why Governor Youngkin is where he's at now. It's the same reason why when he issued the executive order that all the schools would be open, because of the laws in Virginia, when we have elected school boards, then they have certain amounts of authority and they could make certain determinations. It's just the way that the law is written. Until we change the law, we can't change the law. And so I would, on my first day, of course, ensure that our girl children and our boy children both are safe in the locker rooms, are safe in the bathrooms, and that girls' sports are for girls, because we must have that assurance. It's common sense. So I'm going to do that. But one of the first steps, and this is one in the health department, they are issuing those regulations so that the school systems, because it's coming from the Department of Health, must be obeyed in a more different way. So that's why it carries a little bit more weight, believe it or not. So we just have to, you can't change the laws until you get an opportunity to change both the House and the Senate, which, by the way, we're going to be stuck with the same democratically led Senate for the next 2 years. But with me, I will be able to veto any stupid bills that come ahead.
Thank you for explaining that. Thank you.
Ian, could you chime in quickly there? Are there any lawsuits that can,
Well, yeah, I mean, my understanding is that situation has resulted in yet another letter to the Federal Department of Education, and I would anticipate they would investigate that. But one of the problems, and it's not as big a problem as people think, is we've got this case in the Fourth Circuit called Grimm, right? And everybody that supports these policies says, well, Grimm, we need to do this because of Grimm. Well, they should probably read Grimm, because number one, Grimm specifically said this doesn't apply to locker rooms. It also says this also doesn't apply to gender expansive, non-binary, name the category, right? It applies to one set of circumstances of somebody that consistently, persistently, and insistently identified as the opposite sex. So people have been afraid to go to federal court on these issues because of Grimm. I say, do not worry about that, because every single one of these instances is its own act of discrimination. And I would bet that if you look at the individual that's going into the locker room, whether it's a girl into a boy's room or a boy into the girl's room, it does not fit the actual fact scenario of Grimm. So in short, keep suing these school districts.
Thank you. Okay, just so everybody knows, we have about 10 more minutes, and so if you could ask a quick question and then we could give quick answers, we could